another segment of my video blog titled, How to Get the Love You Desire. If this is your first time viewing, I would encourage you to go to my YouTube page, which is titled Willie Muhammad, and make sure you watch the other videos that I've released. I believe you will find what you hear and what you see to be beneficial. Also, if this is your first time viewing this video blog, I would encourage you to get my book, which is titled, The Journey to Get the Love You Desire Begins With You. In addition to the videos, in addition to the book, I also give free relationship advice. You can inbox me on Facebook. You can send an email to me at the email address that is provided, and I'll respond back. So this is whether you are in a relationship, not in a relationship, thinking about being in a relationship, or you just have some questions about male and female relationships. Send me a question and let's dialogue. Today's video blog, the title of it is Some Mistakes That Women Make with Men. And I said some women make with men. Let me say that because I don't want to say all. Not everybody makes these mistakes. But based upon my observance and my experience and my reading and talking to people, these are three mistakes that I see that are commonly made by some women. The first is being too easily accessible to men as it relates to intimacy. Oftentimes, I have noticed that as sisters, some of you all are way too easy. And what this does is, in the end, you end up getting the short end of the stick. Oftentimes, you have some sisters who give themselves to a man without even doing a thorough investigation on his character, or even to really inquire about what is his intentions toward you. This is dangerous, and one of the reasons why it is dangerous is because that intimate act can cloud people's decisions and their ability to make a decision and the ability to assess one's character. So what happens is when you get engaged in it, especially too early, you begin to overlook some character flaws, some personality flaws, or some areas where you all are not compatible. And then after that emotion has faded off and it's just you and this person, now you begin to see those things that you overlook, or he may see things in you that he overlooked, and now the relationship goes to the end and you have a bitter brother, you have a bitter sister. I often have also seen that some of you all engage in this intimate act so fast because you're afraid to lose him. Why not put a man to the test like that? Think about all of your past relationships. Isn't it time to do something different? Don't be afraid to test him, because I guarantee you, if you find a man who really understands your value, he will wait. Now you may say, well, Brother Willie, how long should I wait? Should I do 90 days as this author says? I'm not going to tell you how long you should wait. I will tell you this instead. Find out and determine your value. When you truly understand how valuable you are, you will know how long you should wait. Now, the second problem I would like to talk about. The second problem is that sometimes as women, you all think that you all can fix us. And I think this comes sometimes you're sincere, but you have to understand that you can't fix us. We have to be engaged in that process to fix ourselves. You can help us in our process of fixing ourselves, but you can't fix us. When you try to fix us, what I've noticed is that you begin to use that belief or that thinking or that thought process as a justification for you tolerating the mistreatment that you are receiving. Because you'll say, well, I'm working with him. I know he has to overcome that. No. See, in some scriptures, they refer to the woman as the helpmeet. Being a helpmeet is different than trying to fix a man. See, when you're helping someone, that means that you are assisting them. Listen up. You are assisting them in the process that they have already initiated. Or you are assisting them in the process that they would have initiated, whether they were in a relationship with you or about to enter a relationship with you. Think about this example. Imagine a man that you're dating. He has a vehicle. And this vehicle is the number one thing that helps him to get back and forth to his place of employment. Now imagine that the vehicle breaks. When the vehicle breaks, he sits around and makes no initiative to get this vehicle fixed. You take the initiative. You're calling the mechanic shops. You're calling the auto parts shops. You are trying to calculate in the budget or his budget or whatever how much it will cost to be fixed. But yet this is a car that he needs to get back and forward to his place of employment. Imagine that happens every time the car breaks, where you're taking the lead and you're trying to fix it. Eventually, you will get tired of doing that. It's the same thing in a relationship. You want to help somebody who's already in the process of trying to fix himself. I really hope you get that point. The third thing I want to talk about is this. The third problem is oftentimes you get into a relationship and you are getting into a relationship expecting a man to help you to understand your own value. Or you're in a relationship and you're expecting a man to help you to grow in a greater love for yourself. And that is a big problem. You should already be working on your value of yourself and your view of your own self-worth before you get in a relationship. Because if you don't, what happens is our self-worth or how we view ourselves, it determines the type of person that we're going to select. You may disbelieve that, you may disagree, but if you don't feel good about yourself, oftentimes you attract a person that treats you the way you feel about yourself. Now, as I said, you may disagree, but just sit down, remove all of the emotions, and think about it. You have to love yourself. That's why it's called, as I heard a comedian say, self-worth. Because oftentimes in that self-worth is your happiness. And we enter into relationships where we're expecting our mate to make us happy. No, you should already have a sufficient amount of your own happiness, and your mate would only come in and add to it. So as I recap those three problems, one, allowing yourself